What's good, family? Brethren. Man, in this video, it's going to be, I want to discuss the difference between traditional women and today's modern women. And in order to understand tradition from my perspective, it's a biblical perspective. In order to understand real tradition, you got to go back to the Bible. So I'm going to read some scriptures so we can see how women in the traditional world carried themselves. Now, you did have bad women and stuff like that, but I'm going to give you an example of one of the good ones. You had Jezebel, you had the woman who, you had Eve, right? You had Jezebel, you had the woman Delilah who and you had also the woman who got John the Baptist's head cut off. So it's a whole lot of wicked women, but it's a decent amount of decent chicks here. And I'm gonna so you got three main characters in this situation. You got King David or David, and you got Nabal, and he was married to a woman named Abigail, who was a beautiful woman, or a pretty woman who also was wise. Pretty and wise. And Nabal was he was like an idiot, man. He was a bad husband, right? He was one of just an idiot. And so basically, King David, he was running away from King Saul because David wasn't king at this time. And he was running away from Saul, who was jealous of him and stuff, because David was going to be the real king that God had appointed. But Saul, his time, his contract got clipped. So now we're looking at David has been out in the wilderness running away from Saul. And you have Nabal, who is basically David has been taking care of. Nabal was like a super rich dude, and he had a whole bunch of sheep and goats and stuff. And that's real wealth, not, dollar bills. Like what we got now, dollar bills and paper and Bitcoin. That's looked upon as wealth today. But in real traditional terms, wealth is like land, resources, servants, sheep, cattle, oxen, goats and stuff. You know what I mean? That's real actual, trees and land. This is actual real wealth. But, in Americans' digital economy, it's so far from reality in a variety of different ways. The specific way I'm going into in this video is talking about the way that America is inept, and the Western world is inept with regards to how males and females interact. And now in this video, we're going to talk about how Nabal had a bunch of money and he was successfully rich. And King David had a bunch of Nabal's servants, shepherds and stuff in his group, like in his troop. Because David had a few hundred dudes like that had joined themselves to him in his kind of like survival SHTF situation, because stuff had hit the fan when the king trying to kill you. You know what I mean? You're in the hands of the Most High. Other than that, it's over. So it had been a period of time, years or months, where David was trying to run away, and over that period of time, he accumulated quite a few people that gravitated to him and stuff like that. And so people that had gravitated to him was these shepherds and stuff. And so basically David was taking care of these shepherd dudes, and these shepherd dudes belonged to, they didn't belong to Nabal, but they were his people. You know what I mean? It was up under Nabal. So basically all this time David was taking care of Nabal's property, Nabal or whatever, Nabal, his property being his servants and also being his sheep. And so now David had a period of time of respite when he was him and Saul was semi cool for right now. So now David was like, all right, I'm just, he was like, we need some food and rations and stuff. And he peacefully sent a messenger to Nabal and said, hey, we've been taking care of your sheep, we've been taking care of your servants. We've been, taking care of, everything been good, brother. Can you send us some food and whatever you got to help take care of us and sustain us? You know what I mean? we've been having it rough out here, basically what he was saying. So I'm just giving you the overview. So then the ball, I got to read what he said. Let me see. This dude said basically, and basically, this dude is a complete a-hole, bro. Let me see. I'm trying to get okay, here we go. And the ball said to answer David is in this is in 1 Samuel 25:10. And the ball answered David's servants, because David sent his servants to talk to the ball, and said, "Who is David? And who is the son of Jesse?" There are many servants nowadays that break away, every man from his master. And then so Nabal's like, shall I then take my bread? In other words, he's like, yo, do I take my food and my water and my flesh that I have killed for my shears and give it unto men whom I know not whence they be? In other words, he sunned King David, man. He's like, look, man, I'm good. You understand me? What? Why you man, I don't even know you. I don't recognize you, man. So this caused King David, but this is before he was officially placed upon the throne as king. He was already anointed by Samuel to be the king, but there's the king saw that the people chose. So he had one that the people chose, which was Saul, and he had the real king that was King David that God chose. And Saul, because he didn't obey the commandment of Yah, he was kicked out of the kingdom, but it wasn't immediate. His kingdom was going to go on for, a period of time after that, as God was merciful. And so anyways, he was jealous of David and started pursuing him, trying to kill him and stuff. So the point is, back to Nabal, he was basically, so imagine for months or years, David had been running away from this king, and now he got a piece of rest and chill. And so now he's like, yeah, let's go to Nabal. He got the money, maybe he could throw us some food. We've been taking care of his sheep. I mean, the rightful thing, like, yeah, let me help this dude out. Not they ain't what Nabal say. He said, look, man, this is my food, my water. I'm gonna give it to you. Who's you? So he sunned King David. You disrespecting the real authentic king before he was king. And so David went up, he was like real pissed off. He went up to, he was on his way to Nabal, and he swore that he gonna kill all the house of Nabal, all the men, you know what I mean, and he gonna take the spoils, you know what I mean. So you like, yo, you gonna disrespect me? So King David said, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna go ahead and send you to go see God, you know what I mean, personally. So, but on why his Abigail, which is Nabal's wife, she heard that King David was pissed off and that he was coming up to Nabal's kingdom to kill them all. You know what I mean? And so what she did, she bowed down and I'm just gonna go to this one part, but I'm giving you the overview, then I'm gonna read the rest. But she basically heard about, oh shoot, King David, he gonna come here and kill. By this time, King David already done killed a lot of the Philistines. He done killed Goliath, the giant. It's like 10 feet tall. He killed him. You know what I mean? And so his reputation was already that of, hey, this is the sword of the Most High. You know what I mean? He's that dude. Everybody knew he was the anointed king, but he had not been placed in the authority of king. So she heard that King David was coming up there to kill all the dudes and take all the stuff. So she, once she heard that information, she was like, oh, shoot. So she ended up getting a bunch of food and bread and water and wine and whatever, everything, a whole lot of stuff, and sending it ahead of time. And she sent that ahead of time before she met King David. So now that's where we at now. Let me see. Well, this is after. I'm going to read after what happened. But she bowed down to the king and basically was like, please, don't, come here and destroy. I know he's an idiot. I know this is my husband. I know he's an idiot, I know he's a son of the devil, basically a Belial, they call him. Nabal mean Baal, son of Baal, you know what I mean? But when you see Nabal and stuff, Baal at the end of somebody's name, you know what I mean? In the Bible, that mean they more like a wicked person, maybe in the witchcraft, sorcery and stuff. He was a son of Belial, you know what I mean? Just a savage piece of trash kind of dude, you know what I mean? So, which a majority of women like. But anyways, in this situation, I think she was probably given to him, because they still had the order, you know what I mean? Where she was a piece of property exchanged out of the possession of her father into her husband's possession. That's well, you talking about traditional, right? We talking about traditional women, so let's keep going. Now, see, the American version of traditional, you got to go back to the tradition, the beginning of tradition. You can't just start by your own perception of tradition. Again, how traditional you want to get with this? We know what modern women are. They're basically whores and yoga pants wearing, just prostitutes. We understand what a modern woman is. When you want to talk about the traditional woman, this is the example, one of the good examples. You got Proverbs 31 and stuff like that. But this is a woman who was married to this dude. Maybe he purchased her, you know what I mean? And so she was a wise woman and a beautiful woman. So in her wisdom, so that her evil husband wouldn't get killed and all his servants, she took the food and rushed and got this food prepared for King David and all his servants as a righteous act. Because look, he's been taking care of these sheep all the time. He ain't getting paid and they suffering. You got to look out for a brother. Plus, he the future king. But Nabal didn't care nothing about that. He was like, man, look, man, it's my food. It's my water. I'm going to do with it what I want. I don't care what you're talking about. Basically said, kick rocks, homie. So he was stupid and an idiot, but he was foolish, but his wife was a wise woman. You see what I mean? See, a wise woman builds her house, but a wicked woman in her, pride destroys the foundation. So you got beautiful women with wisdom. And I don't see a lot of them in America. I ain't saying that it is. But a lot of women in America just completely modern and given to whoredom. But I'm talking about, so this is just another little side note. What these women talking about? The traditional men do that. Traditional women have stayed home. And who are you to define? See, damn what a woman talking about and trying to define traditional. How's a servant going to define? How you going to define something? Traditionally, a woman was exchanged for a purchase price and stayed married to that dude till the day she died and didn't give her body up to nobody else. She didn't give her body to the streets and then do this modern stuff. Oh, I'm tired of getting ran through. I'm at 30. Oh, my biological clock is ticking. So now I need to find a man who's going to be traditional. That you ain't even operating in the traditional. Traditionally, a woman was a virgin, you know what I mean? And if she wasn't a virgin, she still came with a bowed down understanding of how she's supposed to conduct herself. You read this right here, you'll see how bowed down she was. She came, bowed down to the king, you understand me? And this before, she knew that what her husband did was out of pocket and, you know what I mean, and disrespectful. So she was like, oh, shoot. And she heard about King David slaying all these different enemies. And so you would think, and I know he heard it too, you would think this idiot, but he was so proud because he was so rich and he would just say idiot. You know what I mean? So she basically spared this idiot's life because she was a wise sister. This is a sister. Modern woman, no. That's just a street chick. But this chick, Abigail, is a sister. You know what I mean? Like, so to speak, you know what I mean? In the same vein, what you would say, you got your Pookies, them ain't my brothers. And Ray idiots, now they can reform. Of course, Keisha can reform. You know what I mean? Sean Quisha and your Karens, they can reform. Well, that's Keisha's a black version of Karen, but let's say that the Keishas and the Poogies, they can reform. But, you know what I mean? In their current form, you know what I mean? I'm staying away. It's like a rabid dog walking up the street. You know what I mean? So Abigail bowed down and and David said, you know what? Since you came respectable, you came to me respectable. I understand, okay, you came humble. You brought this food. You see our plight. You understand our situation. And you know what? may the Most High bless you. And so King David did not do what he planned to do, which is to make Nabal go see God. You know what I mean? So he was like, every male in your family is going to be dead by the morning. You know what I mean? He made us. So basically, King David was going to kill everybody that day. So if it wasn't for this humble female bowing down and using wisdom and doing right by her man and right by all that her man had built, because all her man built was about to be destroyed. If she didn't do that, then all his servants were all because of one dumb idiot, Nabal. So he was going to die, and then all of his servants underneath was going to die. All their household was finished. But because this woman came humbly, bowing down, and used wisdom, she was able to save her idiot husband. Now, from that point, and like I said, even what the scripture say, even if a woman is with a non-believer, if she were to do that, don't believe in God and the scripture, she still ain't supposed to just be, a bitch and be like, be your standard Sean Quisha out here and modern. I ain't putting up with this. I'm gone. You know what I mean? To the streets she cometh. You know what I mean? Nah. A decent woman even should stay with her dude, because who knows if she can deliver her husband. You know what I mean? So as long as the dude ain't doing, fornication. In other words, alternative lifestyle, dude turn gay, or he be with some animals or some kind of fornication like that. You know what I mean? Other than that, she's supposed to be stuck with him. You know what I mean? Stick it through and help him. By her femininity and her humbleness, you might, not absolutely, but you might be able to turn them to God. But see, a lot of women, what they do is they'll try to usurp spirituality over him. Like, she go to church, and because she love her pastor, I love my pastor. She go to church, she love her pastor. And so because her husband don't go to church, she be like denigrating him and stuff, breaking him down, trying to usurp, quote, quote, spiritual authority over him. You know what I mean? As opposed to what God says do, which is for her to be humble and quiet and meek. And by her humble quietness and meekness, she can magnetize him towards, towards righteousness. You know what I mean? By being feminine and humble, you be like, hey, this chick ain't bad. She cool. But then, sometimes it just don't work. Like in Nabal's case. But hey, what choice you got? You with the dude. You ain't supposed to be leaving anyway. So, likewise, if a dude got a raggedy chick, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? If she pleased and desire to stay with you, and she ain't out here cheating and you know what I mean, doing some fornicating and all that, then you gotta be stuck with her. You know what I mean? But that don't mean you gotta be with her all the time. You know what I mean? They ain't gotta be, always around her. But hey, if she don't want to leave you and she willing, so what I'm saying is you don't supposed to just throw your person away because they don't believe in God. You know what I mean? So, but you supposed to you supposed to get with people that believe in the same faith. But, if you don't and she still want to stay with you, hey man, let her stay. But anyways, back to this specific case. Says, so now we're in Samuel 25 and 35. Okay, it says, so David received of her hand that which she had brought him. So she brought all the food and stuff as an offering, like, don't kill my husband and don't kill everything he built, and said unto her, go up in peace. So he said, all right, go in peace to thine house. See, I have hearkened to thy voice. In other words, I listened to what you had to say, and I have accepted thy person. I accept what you said. She cut a deal, man. She cut a deal for her husband so he won't die, and everybody in a family die. That sounds like your modern woman. Again, how traditional you want to get with this? The tradition mean the ways of old, right? And this is thousands of years ago. This is the ways of old. The modern woman, you think she gonna stand around? You need to level up your status. I'm out of here. Or like, oh, this dude's he's taller, or this dude got more muscles. I'm out of here. You seem weak. I'm out of here. Yeah, man. You see the stark difference, bro? See, scripture give you a positive understanding, like a thorough understanding about women, bro, and what they supposed to be. And when you, this is why I get, frustrated because I understand what a woman's supposed to be. Then I look out here in the world of America, the majority, you hardly ever see women with dresses and modest. It's just hoeing. And it's like, dang, man. But then you hear these hoes chirping and barking on a doggone podcasts and videos. We're all the traditional men at. This bitch got tattoos, makeup, and got her titties hanging. And we're talking about you want a traditional man. Bitch, you got kids. How you like? Wait. But do you really want a traditional man? Somebody is because women work, bro. Women put in work. Her idea is traditional. She do the buffet line when you go to, a buffet or something like that. You know what I mean? You want some of this, you want some of that, you leave the rest. Nah. Traditional women, you can't leave the rest. You told what to do, cuz. You see what I mean? The whole concept of female tradition is like, their view of tradition is like, oh, the man, he makes all the money and the woman stays home. And that's pretty much, that's flawed. But it is the case in some cases, but that's her view of traditional. I stay home, you work and bring home the money. But all the other stuff, being a virgin, following the man's authority, respecting the man, shutting up, cooking, cleaning, all the other real traditional, that's baseline. Those are basic things that a woman was supposed to do. All the other stuff, nah, she ain't with all that, nah. But this part where she benefit, where, it's a financial lot, where in other words, the dude being a work-a-day rut, you know what I mean, and breaking herself financially, and she's there stinking butt at the crib. That's the only part of traditionalism these women talking about, bro. And all of it providing and protecting. So if somebody come in the house, traditionally the man stands up. Yeah, well, traditionally women are virgins. Traditionally women cook, clean, shut the hell up, and only have one sex partner. You understand me? Traditionally women bow down to their man feet, humble. You understand me? Physically, realistically and ideologically. Physically doing, servants, bro. But you can't, modern woman, see the problem in America is that you got the modern whore bitches trying to define what traditionalism is. And even the women who say that they traditional and stuff, maybe they just stay. It seemed like the staple of traditional trad wife, or whatever, seemed to be that they stay home and their husband make all the money, and they stay home and raise the kids. That ain't the end of traditionalism, bro. And number two, that's not even completely because what I'm saying, women have always worked. You read traditionally, we talking about thousands of years ago, right? You read the book of Proverbs. This woman out here working. You understand me? She working in his business, bringing the money home to him and the family. Ain't not just sitting at the crib. Now, again, every man run his household like he run it. But I'm saying if you can't just pick and choose buffet line style this thing. You know what I mean? You want traditional, you got to be a traditional woman. Bow down, shut the hell up. I mean, these women that call themselves traditional don't even want to turn off their social media. Don't even want to turn off their dating sites. You know what I mean? Until you prove that you're the right man. Like, man, come on, man. Make this. You ain't traditional. You ain't no virgin. You got kids. You wearing makeup. Your titties are hanging. And you got yoga pants on. And you got tattoos. And you got a roster of orbiting male simp friends who you had sex with or who dudes who want to have sex with you. But you're demanding traditional men, bro. Like, see, that's why when the stuff hit the fan, women gonna be thrusted into a realm in this country, gonna be thrusted into a realm that they're absolutely not familiar with, and that's called survival, real survival. If we get to that point, I ain't sure. You know what I mean? Say if it happened. So, that's when they gonna be like, where the men at? There's a scripture even tell you 7 women gonna take hold of 1 man because it's gonna be a reproach not to have no man. See, now a woman, it's a reproach unto her in her head to only have 1 man, and it's a reproach in her head to be a servant and cook, clean, and do do feminine stuff. It's a reproach unto her to dress modestly, and to do what her man tells her to do. That's a reproach in her head. But when the stuff collapses, she gonna be seeking for a man to be servant. She gonna be like, I can cook, I'm clean, I got my own food. Don't worry about that. Just let me be with you though. Can you imagine that, bro? I can imagine, but I ain't ever seen that in any large. I had women simping over me here and there, but it wasn't like desperation like that, like masses of chicks, like say a celebrity or something. You know what I mean? Oh my God! And they like, yo, I got you. Yo, can I get you an autograph? Yo, I ain't never had like that. You know what I mean? I ain't never been on. I ain't got no celebrity like that. You know what I mean? But anyways. I just laugh at the whole, a trad wife. Oh, yeah, that's my point. Like, they'd be like, oh, she's a trad wife. Oh, okay. And she sing the praises of her husband. My point, I'm happy that some of these women be singing the praises of their husband, and we did this, and he's such a great guy. My point is that you live in America, and that pro-male attitude that she have can be flipped once she don't want to be with him no more. You know what I mean? Hopefully it don't happen, but what I'm saying is that you can't even take the women who are married and are currently trad wives in America, can't really take their words too seriously. I don't know, man. It's women have been placed themselves in a bad place. The laws and how everything is set up here, I can't trust women, bro. Even if she is a trad wife type of chick, how can you know that she won't be the next chick? To put the husband who she says she loves and admires and all that, who's to say she won't put him on child support when, I don't know, he loses his job or, his hours get cut or he need her to work a little bit more or, I don't know, man. Or maybe she sees another shiny object or she goes to the grocery store and sees a guy who's taller and now she's tingling for that guy or a guy who has a motorcycle. It's so many shiny objects in America, and none of the traditional things that force women to be what the traditional men of old enjoyed. They can enjoy that this wife would, he can enjoy his wife because if she left with nothing. And he had multiple of these wives, like King David will say it in a moment. He had multiple wives. And men understood stuff. They understood what women are. Women are property. Always have been, bro. They are servants and property based on traditional. Now, this modern crap, which is going to be scrapped, this modern crap allows men to be the property of the females. It's 180 degrees different, man. So let's go back. Abigail was a good chick, and Abigail came to Nabal. So now you got Abigail. After she made the deal with David and King David and his servants and his kind of like small army or whatever, his crew, that they wouldn't come in and kill Nabal's crew. Now she's coming back and now she meets back with her husband. Here we go. 1 Samuel 25 and 36. It says, and Abigail came to Nabal, this is her husband, and behold, he held a feast in his house, like the feast of a king, and Nabal's heart was very merry within him. So this dude wouldn't even give David, a little bit of food and his crew, but he he held a feast like a king. So this dude was rich, man. And Nabal's heart was merry within him. So he was feeling good, man, for he was very drunken. How you feeling good, you get something to drink, ain't nothing wrong with drinking, just don't do it all the time. Wherefore she told him nothing, less or more, until the morning light. Now, that's a key thing that struck me. Okay, so number one, she knew her husband was basically a super bad dude. He was an idiot, a rich idiot. But Number two, right, this struck me because she see that he was happy, he was drunk, he was married, he was in his good element. But she didn't tell him nothing about what had happened until the next day. That struck me because a lot of times these modern women will wait until you feeling good or you're relaxed. Maybe you had a little something to sip on. Then, boom, right then, boom, trigger. That's a perfect time. He relaxed. He opened. Now let me bring some bull crap to him. Let me bring an argument. Let me strike an argument like a match. Right when you chilling, right when you feeling happy, man. You playing your video games. You just got through playing basketball. Here comes some stupid argument out of nowhere. So what I'm showing is that this is a traditional woman. She, even though her king was, her husband was, trash, personality wise. Yeah, he was rich, but she still didn't even drop the bad news on him until the next day. Read this. In 37, it says, "But it came to pass in the morning when the wine was gone out of Nabal, and his wife had told him these things, that his heart died within him, and he became as a stone." So she ain't wait till he was feeling good to drop the bad news on him. You see what I mean? Even though this dude was raggedy, she waited till the next day when all the wine was up out of him and he was clear-headed. And then maybe y'all experience that, a woman just waiting till you feeling good or drop some bombs on you. But see, this chick even waited until he was clear-headed. You don't want to hear no bad news when you're chilling, trying to sip on something and relax. A wicked woman will come to you with some drama when you're in your relaxation space. So when he heard it, he became as a stone. So he was like, "Oh, shoot." And it came to pass about 10 days later, after that Yah smote Nabal and he died. So 10 days later, God killed Nabal. Let me see here. And when David heard that Nabal was dead, he said, "Blessed be Yah that hath pleaded the cause of my reproach upon the hand of Nabal, and hath kept his servant from evil. For Yah hath returned the wickedness of Nabal upon his own head." And David sent and communed with Abigail to take her to him to wife. So now that Nabal got, so basically David was going to go up there and smoke Nabal and everybody in his whole house. But his wife came in, and bowed down to the king, and said, "Please don't do this. I know you're an idiot, but, he's my idiot. Please just take the food. Don't kill him." Basically what she was saying. So David said, "All right, you made a good deal. You made the deal." So now she told him the news. I think the chick might have really loved her husband. I don't know. Maybe she liked the lifestyle or a combination. So now the idiot dude, Nabal's dead. And then now everything he got is going to be King David's, including his wife. So, and when the servants of David came to Abigail to Carmel, they spake unto her, saying, "David sent us unto thee to take thee to him to wife." And she rose and bowed herself on her face to the earth. On her face, bowed down, and said, "Behold," this is a traditional woman now. "Behold, let thy handmaid be a servant to wash the feet of the servants of my Lord." This chick is a good-looking chick who's wise and who bowed down and even looked out and saved the life of her raggedy husband. You understand me? Like, dude, where are these try a wife? Like, yo, where are these bras at, bro? Where are some women that even do basic stuff? And Abigail hasted and arose and rode upon an ass. The ass is a donkey, with 5 damsels, meaning young chicks, of hers that went after her, and she went after the messengers of David and became his wife. So Nabal, being an idiot, he ended up losing his life and losing his wife and all his possessions. And David, all because this dude didn't want to look out for a brother that been looking out for him. See, God be paying attention to all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? He don't be seeming like it sometimes, all the time, but he be looking, he be knowing what you're going through, man. David also took Ahinoam, of Jezreel, and they were also both of them his wives. So David had 2 wives. He had more than that eventually and stuff. He had a bunch of wives. You understand me? But Saul, but yeah, so that's basically it on that. So I just want to give y'all an example of a traditional woman. Man, it's more examples. You had Esther, you know what I mean? You got different, but she was bowed down, bro. So and Deborah, and it's a good examples, man. See, what main thing I be seeing, even Moses' wife, I forgot her name, from Midian, the Midianite woman. She was a humble bride, man. So, man, when they say traditional, man, you can't listen to a bitch trying to tell you and define what traditional is. How's a modern woman going to define for you? You the master, you the head, you the Lord, bro. How's she going to define what her duties are? It's just like if you go to a job interview, you're going to define and tell them what you going to do. They say, all right, we got a job position open for an assembly line worker. You know what I mean? You pay us $10 an hour. You know what I mean? You basically be putting these plastic parts on this conveyor belt and, assembling the stuff. You know what I mean? It's 8 hours a day. Y'all did that kind of bull crap. I hate it, man. Monotony, bro. But if I went in there and say, you know what? I sit at the conveyor belt, but I'm not going to do the plastic parts. I'm going to do the metal parts. You know what I mean? And I'm going to be paid $12 an hour. You know what I mean? They go, what do you think they bought? What do you think? What do you think the boss gonna say? Next? The boss gonna say next, and the man is the boss, bro. So the woman is the employee and the servant, bro. It ain't no equality in this thing. You got the boss and you got the employee. You got the boss and you got the servant, bro. You got the master, you got the servant. You got the man, you got the female, bro. It ain't none of this equality stuff. That's all Americanized, modern okie doke that has not worked and will not ever work. So I just want to, we need a traditional man. All she talking about is take a bullet for her and let her live under the power of your wallet. That's the only way she want. That's all she talking about submitting to, bro. And she has a will, the option to submit or not, to be with you or be with the next dude. He'll be here in a minute. You know what I mean? I got another dude. He'll be here in a minute. Oh, by the way, he'll be here in a minute. So these women are trying to define what classify, would be defined as traditional woman. But these women don't even have no concept of traditionalism. Take this bitch that went to Dubai, the black chick, the Defiant Trucker or something like that. She got a taste of what it is for traditionalism. I love that example. Because it was so widely known. This modern woman took her black ass to Dubai. Of course it was for, mental enlightenment and, spiritual enlightenment and to study the depths of the Dubai culture and the Middle Eastern culture. Of course it was that, you know what I mean? She didn't go there for any other purposes, man. What are you talking about? Anyways, so yeah, she got smacked in the face with traditionalism. She got smacked in the face with masculinity and the patriarchy. Patriarchy is traditional. Bitches don't be rising up running their big fat mouths like they do in America in traditional patriarchal cultures. So a woman is not to define her job description, bro. she is to fall in line to what you're talking about. And if not, then you have a bucking of authority that you don't want no woman that's gonna be bucking up with you. It's like a them two rams that buck heads, the mountain goats. I be seeing them. I be seeing them mountain. I like Animal Channel and stuff, but you had these two rams with big horns. What do they call them? Longhorns? Big horns? Yeah, them. And they be bucking, man. They be like, and be like, bah! And their heads be colliding, man. Like, bah! And they do it over and over, bah! And then they start licking their lips and spitting, and it's funny, man. Because the force of those two animals, bah! It'd be like, bah! It would sound like, it be sounding cool though. Anyways, so my point is that you don't want to be these two rams blasting each other. You up here telling her what you want her to do, and she's like, I ain't gonna do it. No, who's in authority and who's a servant? And that's what we got in America. A lot of women bucking authority. You know what I mean? Because they never been under authority. They probably went under their father and their mother, if they had a father. Well, obviously they had a father, but if they had a father in the house, if she was a contentious woman, what do you think the daughter gonna be? That's if she even know if the mother even know who the kid's fathers is, man. This place is anything but traditional. But the women are trying to define what a man is supposed to be doing. Man, a man's supposed to do this. A man's supposed to take her out on a date. Well, traditionally, you even go out on dates. Again, how traditionally you want to go with this? It's, I think that men should not allow women to define how the woman gonna serve. You know what I mean? Women is supposed to be do what they told to do, bro. They're not supposed to be in a position of dictating how she gonna move in a relationship. Man, I throw my hands up, bro. It's too far gone in this country. But I just thought I'd do this video, man, because it struck me. I ain't read that scripture in a minute, man. But yeah, Abigail was a decent broad, man. We need more Abigails out here and less Cardi B's. We need more women like Esther and, and less Beyonce's, you know what I mean? Anyways, brothers, like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, you can use the link in the description, the Cash App below. Much respect to you, brothers.